Hello and welcome to Tuesdays with Terri, all about trust, because trust would settle every problem now. There's just so much power in trusting because really they say that trust is the antidote to fear. So this is Course in Miracles saying this. And trust is really the willingness to let go of all ego-based thoughts, perceptions, beliefs, and attachments, because that's what leads to our suffering. So when you're attached to anything of this world, you're going to suffer because everything is going to die, basically. Like, we're either going to break down, it's going to die. And so you don't want to have so much attachment to anything. And a big way you can develop trust is by looking back at a situation where it seemed like that situation was horrible. Let's say, like, you went through a breakup that was really hard. But then now, coming out of it, years later, you look back and you're like, wow, I was really working for my good, because now you're in such a better place. Maybe that's not the example that you're in right now, but you can look back at a situation and say, you got let go from a job, but now you're in an even better job. So really having that development of trust is looking back and knowing that you can trust and that things are working out for your good, because I believe everything is always working out for our good. And the biggest thing with trust is it brings us so much peace, because you don't have to like go at it alone. You know that you're guided. You know that things are working out for you. So when you are in those moments of turmoil, you can really not have to put all of that baggage and that challenge onto like yourself. Like, you have to handle it all. But you can trust knowing that you're guided. You can use your intuition to really let you, go on to the best next step. So a couple of instances for me, I'm thinking when I really had to develop trust was when my mom passed away. So first of all, just that experience in general, it's like you miss your parent that you grew up with, that's really so loving for you, but you can trust that they're in a better place, and so that brings peace already right there. And then during that time, so I had to go through probate court because she didn't have a will or a trust. So that was expensive. So knowing, how am I going to pay for this? So it was actually interesting. Might have talked about this before, but when she passed away, I was on the Teachers of God Foundation TV, and there was a pastor who's also a medium that came to me and had given me a message from my mom. So my mom had showed up, and when we got on the call together, and had said, like, everything's going to work out. Like, I know that you're hit with this big financial burden, but you're going to be guided and you walked through it, and it's all going to work out perfectly. Because at the time I didn't have a job. I had launched a mastermind group which was going amazing, but I didn't have consistent income, and the bill was due, right? So consistently needed to be paying this off. And at the same time, I had a roommate here, a tenant living here, and I was like, I want to start this new life and new chapter, and I don't want to have anybody else living here. And that was income that was coming in. So I had really had to let go and trust. And so the interesting thing is, so once I stepped into the trust and the faith and made a decision, like, this is how I want my life to go, then I ended up getting a job, and then within weeks, ended up getting a raise. So that was just a beautiful way that I can anchor in that moment of trust, where I had no idea what the outcome was going to be. Logically, it didn't really make sense. Like, don't have a tenant leave that's paying rent, when you have these big bills coming in. But it just felt intuitively like the right thing to do. I knew it's what I wanted, very clearly. That's what I wanted, and I just trusted, and it worked out way better than I could have even imagined, because, yeah, this remote job was just amazing at the time, exactly what I needed. So, yeah, that's a big trust moment that I can anchor in. I'd love to hear if you have any moments that really helped you to trust, whether it was with a breakup or, losing somebody, a job, or just a moment where you develop that trust. I'd love to hear it. It's really important we anchor in those moments, so we can come back to it. Like, yeah, I can trust. So, yeah, trust also really comes from knowing who you are. So for me, I really believe we are a child of God. So knowing that I'm so loved, and God has this Holy Spirit inside of us that is all knowing. So the end is already written, like it says in the Bible. The end's already written. And so if the end's already written and we can trust that things are happening for us, and we can trust that spirit, the all knowing spirit that's already knows what the end game is, we can just go about our lives in a peaceful, joyous, loving manner. And that is the message for today on Tuesdays with Terri. Thanks for tuning in. And just to another little affirmation for developing trust, because I think it's really good. We have to catch ourselves in our, we have these thought loops that people think, I guess it's like 90% of the same thoughts day by day. So we really need to like reprogram our minds into developing this trust muscle and developing new thoughts and patterns and habits if we really want to live out our best lives here. So some affirmations that I like to do are: I'm in exactly the right place at exactly the right time. I trust that everything's working out for me, and I trust in divine timing. So, those are the little nuggets for today. I hope you have a wonderful day and talk to you soon. Bye.